Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some exciting Monster High news to talk about. From our first major look at the new Monster High SKULLECTOR Comic-Con Ghouls Rule Lagoona doll, we have a new episode to break it down from the web series, new stock photos of the SKULLtimate Ultimate playset for Draculaura, new Ghoul Spirit 3-pack, and more, so stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below. If you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. But for now, let's get into it. And I'm just realizing you could probably hear my fan in the background, so I turned it off, so hopefully there's no noise anymore. It is really hot right now, but anyway, starting off here with the third episode breakdown from the web series, The Forgotten Battle of the Bands. So yes, only the third episode is up right now, and this was actually the previously unlisted episode that they uploaded early by mistake. So for those of you, you might have already seen this episode. I've already seen it, so it's not really new, but it's now officially been posted, so we can talk about it. So basically in this episode, it continues on with the new characters. So Rebecca and Frankie are kind of examining the stage, and they figure out that Rebecca basically is connected to the stage. So basically she's the only one who can like activate it for its power or whatever its deal is. So then we cut to Venus and Draculaura doing their little self-scare routine. Then we hear some noise in the hallway. It's Abby throwing snowballs at the new students, these new mysterious characters, because Abby did not, get the memo that these are new transfer students, apparently. But of course, we still don't really know their identity. And it's really interesting because once Draculaura comes around with Venus, she's like, oh, you're vampires, and they're like, are we vampires? It's almost like these new characters do not know their own identity, their own names, their own, like, what they are as a creature, as a monster. So very interesting, and it's almost like they don't want the others to know that they don't know what they are, and it's like so weird. And so then Twyla also clarifies that Draculaura can understand the Cyclops. Sybil, I already forgot her name, but I revealed their names in my last video or something, so we do technically know their names. But the Cyclops, the Twyla reveals to Draculaura is because she can understand her, because vampires apparently have this long history of knowing very ancient languages. So that's why Draculaura can understand the Cyclops and no one else can. And also that's why, obviously it makes sense now why the Cyclops is with these two vampires, because the vampires can understand the Cyclops. So that also makes sense. So Frankie calls out to the others. They're like, oh, Rebecca got the stage working, whatever. So they go to the stage, everyone, and then they press a button or something. The headmistress comes out running. By the way, her expressions in this video, in this episode, are so funny. Like, definitely, I don't know. The animation is a bit smoother for sure, but I feel like in some shots, it looks wonky, like some of these expressions can look very wonky. So basically she's like, no, don't start it, don't repeat the cycle again, whatever. And so once Rebecca starts up the machine or whatever, the stage, it's too late, because we see the new students get like glowing eyes, which is so interesting. It's almost like they're hypnotized by the stage, and then the instruments come up and they just start playing the instruments, like, just for no reason. It's like they're on autopilot. So very curious. It's almost like this stage is like a curse when it gets activated, and then like these new students have to play or something. So yeah, and that's basically the episode. That's where it ends off. The headmistress is like, oh no, we're doomed. So I'm gonna be very curious to see like how many more episodes this special is, because it feels like the story is kind of at its middle point already. Like it's kind of over already. Like they need to figure out what's going on, how they're going to stop it. Yeah, I don't know, but what do you think of this new web series so far? The characters are so fun, the new characters. I really hope that they consider making dolls of them. We have an update on the Claws and Charms line here. So previously we had a first look at the Claudine doll, part of this line. By the way, this line also consists of Draculaura, and I thought Cleo, the price point is around $30 for this line. And now we already have a first look at what the packaging will look like, and it seems to be this like plastic contraption that you're supposed to be able to kind of like reveal, unbox, and then find a doll inside. So interesting how we had Skulltimate Secrets, then now we have this line, which is also about, you know, revealing, unboxing, finding the doll, finding surprises. I get that, you know, the unbox element, reveal elements are very popular and very profitable, you know, especially blind boxes, because then you gotta buy more and more and more. But I feel like this is just becoming a bit too much. You can't even see the doll inside. I feel like a lot of people are going to be very annoyed by the fact that they're not even going to be able to pick out their favorites, you know, because there's going to be wonkiness, you know, there usually is to some extent. It's inevitable. So it would be helpful if you could at least see the doll inside so you can pick out the best one in person. But no, it seems like it's going to be like, again, like an unboxing reveal gimmick where you cannot see the doll and you just have to pray that she looks good and then unbox all the surprises. So yeah, this is more of a more pricier, you know, line at over $30. So I guess it makes sense that it would be kind of similar to Skulltimate Secrets, but we already have Skulltimate, you know, like we don't need a knockoff version of Skulltimate. Like we already have that line. It already exists. So it just feels a bit derivative. Like there's nothing new or unique about this concept. So I don't know. For now, this line seems to me at least a bit, again, like a bit uninspired. Like it's basically just Ultimate Secrets, just a smaller packaging, probably less accessories, and probably not as good designs because it's not Skulltimate. So, yeah, but anyway, I mean, Claudine looks fine. Hopefully the other characters look better. And maybe this is just a prototype of the packaging. Maybe it'll look different. I mean, again, this is coming next year, so it's, we don't know. We do not know, but what's your first impression of this Claws and Charms gimmick line? We have new stock photos of the styling head for Draculaura, and we already saw pictures before, and I think she's already been released, so this is more of just a formality. Like, yes, she's available now, I think, but the most interesting part about her is that when comparing her, especially next to the Frankie styling head that came out 2 years ago, you can definitely see that there's just less value, less accessories in the new styling head with Draculaura, especially on the packaging. It clearly says you're getting like 65 plus accessory with Frankie, but with Draculaura, you're only getting like 25 plus. Like that is crazy. That is crazy. You're getting 40 less accessories. I mean, I understand that because they removed the hands, all of those nails don't count as accessories anymore, obviously, so that's right. But still, it's just, it feels like you are getting less. Like the hands again are gone. Less accessories. Even the hair is like shorter than Frankie's hair. So I don't know, like weirdly, why did they cut back on the value here when I think you're probably gonna have to pay the same price point in the end anyway, right? So it's just kind of like weird, but I don't know. She's cute. She's fine. Probably on sale, a great purchase. But yeah, what do you think of this like difference? It's just really like it's like night and day. You can clearly see that Frankie has more value in that set than Draculaura. Next up, we have a first look at the new updated, kind of re-released updated version of the Ghoul Spirit 6-pack, but here it's a 3-pack excluding Toralei, Cleo, and Deuce from the original release. So here it just includes Draculaura, Frankie, and Claudine with minor design and like color changes to their outfits, but essentially they are wearing the same outfit and the same face, the same hairstyle, well, except for Draculaura. Her hairstyle is now in pigtails instead of just one ponytail. Everything else really just is like a different color variation of the original release. So I don't think there's like really too much new here. Just like, again, minor differences. And of course, obviously, Toralei, Cleo, and Deuce are not here in this new release, unfortunately, which is a shame because I do think it's been a second. It's been a while, actually, since we've had a G3 monster, like a G3 Manster, a boy doll. So, you know, a Deuce inclusion here would have been cool, perhaps. Yeah, I doubt they're ever gonna make more boy dolls again in G3. Really sucks. We have new stock photos as well of the upcoming new Draculaura Ultimate Secrets Ultimate playset, which will include like 40 accessories and stuff, which many of those accessories are different clothing pieces. I think she has like 3 complete outfits, and then many different headbands, different belts, different 3 pairs of shoes. So there's a lot of variety here, which is great. Even some hangers, little accessories, and apparently you're even going to be able to like decorate the actual like locker itself, which isn't just like junk. It actually turns into like a closet, so you can actually reuse it as a space for storage, but also like to play with your doll, which is really a nice detail because it is a really big hunk of plastic, so it is good that you can at least reuse it in that way, or at least also as a display item for your doll collection. So I think the actual clothing pieces included look good. I think Draculaura herself has a really lovely makeup on, and also like the wings being included, you know, like the overskirt in black. Like there's definitely a lot of variety here. Also, the fact that you get like full-on tights and like a mesh undershirt is also going to serve really well to, you know, layer, you know, like accessorizing, customization possibilities with those items is going to be really good. So this is a really good value, but I think it's going to be like $50 US, so it's just going to be expensive, if not 60. It's going to be expensive for sure, but maybe on sale it'll be like a very good purchase. Remember those fins and mask that leaked a while ago, and we were all speculating on if it's a Lagoona collector doll, alumni, other character? Well, the reveal happened, and we now know that it's going to be a Comic-Con Lagoona SKULLECTOR, which has these new accessories, the fin molding and the new mask, because in fact this is going to be not just a Comic-Con SKULLECTOR Lagoona doll, but also she's supposed to be in the line of Ghouls Rule, which that's one of the oldest Monster High lines ever, so it's kind of like a rehash, you know, like they're adding a new character to this old line, which is what they also did similarly to Draculaura with Freak Du Chic, Twyla with Sweet Screams. So they've done this in the past where, oh, and yeah, Frankenstein Voltageous with the superhero line. So they have done this in the past where they will introduce a new character in a older G1 line, and this time it's Ghouls Rule. But the thing is, it doesn't really feel like Ghouls Rule. It feels like they just tagged on that name because it has some cachet, you know. So I don't know, it feels like it did not have to be Ghouls Rule, and perhaps she would have been perceived a bit better. She would have been you know, welcomed a bit more, because shockingly, I don't think she's all that bad. But there's definitely pros and cons here. She's not perfect, and it does seem like overall the opinion of this doll has been mixed. It has been lots of negatives, but also some people really do seem to like her. But what we do know for sure right now is that she is going to be a Comic-Con release. There was no like white background stock photos. We don't have like confirmation of the price point, but apparently she's going to be $80. I know, we'll talk about that later, but yeah, it's expensive. And I don't think she's going to be exclusive to the convention. I think she should be available online as well on Mattel Creations, similar to how Sweet Screams Twyla had that release pattern as well. Anyway, let's talk details, because there's again lots here to get into. Okay, let's just take in the visual here. It's Lagoona, it's a SKULLECTOR Comic-Con release. It's exciting. This is exciting. This is like technically the second ever SKULLECTOR alumni Lagoona doll. The first one was Haute Couture, and many people did not like that doll of her. I do. I like her. I have her, thankfully. I think she's really cute. Then we did get like a fancy G3 Lagoona as a collector doll. That was like a limited release, like only available on Entertainment Earth or something. So that was also G3, not really G1. So this really is the second ever SKULLECTOR Lagoona doll. So this was a big deal. And for them to like make it into this unofficial like Ghouls Rule edition, it's just so weird to me. I understand why, because again, Ghouls Rule is an existing line that they did. It has people behind it that, you know, has lots of fans, you know, like I love Ghouls Rule, lots of fans like that line, and so I guess they figured if we attach the name Ghouls Rule and we give her a mask, maybe people will be like, they'll have more reason to buy her. I think the opposite happened. I don't think she needed to be a part of Ghouls Rule. I think if they had just made her her own like SKULLECTOR release of just Lagoona, a Comic-Con release, like doesn't have to have a theme. It's just a collector Lagoona. I feel like that would have been better, you know? That would have been so much better, because now all we're doing is comparing this doll to Ghouls Rule, the previous collection, and we're all just saying like how she does not fit in. And that's like, okay, I feel like that kind of takes away from the doll herself, which, okay, let's talk about the doll. So she's wearing this like dress with these layered ruffles, which are made up of this like very rigid, like zigzag kind of pattern. I don't know the name of the fabric, but I recognize it looks like a chip. It looks like a chip, you know, like it's that kind of pattern. And then she has these sleeves that have this more of that fabric that kind of sticks out. Those sleeves are huge. And then we have the tights on, which are nice. The boots are fabric, and they also match the fabric from the sleeves, which seems to be kind of like this gunmetal gray black that sparkles, you know, in the light. And people have said that the boots do look like trash bags. I think it's mostly the way that they're angled here, you know, in the picture. The way that they're posed, the boots here in the picture, it makes them look very baggy. Very baggy, very, you know, like not flattering at all. But in other angles, specifically in the packaging, if you notice, the boots do not lay like that naturally. I think the boots will be a bit tighter to the leg. They're not gonna be so baggy looking. And I think they will look better if they're not so baggy looking. Because the actual boots look nice. Like, again, they shimmer. They have little holes on the sides so the fins can pop out, which look really nice. I love these fins. They're so fun. They're so like larger, and they swirl up. They curl up. They have like a new design. It's really fun. And then of course the platform heels have that like anglerfish detail, which is just so cool. That it also matches her mask, which has the little, you know, like antenna thing. So yeah, I think it's a solid design. It's a good design, but is it a design that fits in with Ghouls Rule? I don't think so. I think, again, this whole release would have benefited if it just had been a standalone SKULLECTOR Lagoona. You know, just like a good Lagoona collector doll available for purchase at Comic-Con or online. Doesn't have to have a theme. You know, it doesn't have to be attached to a previous Ju-1 line to be released. They could have just released her as is. Because everything, even down to the packaging, it doesn't match. It doesn't coincide with Ghouls Rule. The packaging here looks nice, but it does not match Ghouls Rule's packaging, obviously, because Ghouls Rule was not a collector line. It was Playline. It was released years and years and years ago. So of course they're not going to give this Lagoona that type of packaging. Of course they're going to make her packaging look a bit more immersive, collector friendly, you know? But in doing so, they completely abandon any similarities of Ghouls Rule and this doll from the packaging and doll design. So the only thing that really ties this doll to Ghouls Rule is the fact that she has a mask, but otherwise, I mean, even her stand is like so more deluxe looking. The base is so detailed. It looks amazing. I love the stand. But like, again, nothing about her matches the other characters. So it's like in no way possible does she match the other girls. It just doesn't work. And that's okay. Like I mentioned, she should have just been released as is, as a standalone collector Lagoona. I think that would have been such a smarter choice. But obviously Mattel went with Ghouls Rule because they want to attach the name to make her look more exciting, to make it more profitable, to make it, you know, sales and stuff. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think if anything, this will actually, you know, not benefit the doll in sales. It will probably make people like her less because she's like supposed to be Ghouls Rule coded, but she's not. Anyway, I like her face. I like her long hair. I don't love how she has this skin tone that almost looks gray. Like her skin tone definitely looks a bit more gray than usual. It's weird. So I wish her skin tone popped a bit more. But again, the hair is nice. The length is gorgeous. Yeah, the only accessory she has is the mask. No purse, nothing else. I mean, I guess the tights count as an accessory. I guess the shoes are an accessory. But I can't even see earrings here. Like, she has a belt, that's cool. But like, again, there's like really little to no accessories. A purse would have been nice here. Maybe, I don't know, like if she's supposed to be part of Ghoul's rule, maybe give her a pumpkin pail, you know, to match the other ghouls. But yeah, you know, overall, I do think for me, at first I was definitely thrown off because she's supposed to be Ghoul's rule. But as soon as I just looked at her as her own design, as her own doll, no attachment to Ghoul's rule, I like her more because she works better as a standalone doll. I think it was a mistake to attach her as a Ghoul's rule doll. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Really, the mask is the only thing. And take away the mask, she's got nothing that resembles the other dolls. I mean, I guess she's still like darker in color scheme, which matches the Ghoul's rule designs overall. But that's really the only thing. Like, that's the, yeah. I mean, even in the context of the movie, Lagoona wasn't really a part of that movie, you know? Like, she was not part of the main gang to like move the story forward. She was in the movie, but she was not one of the main players, you know? So it's weird that they would, I mean, again, I get it. They want to include more characters to existing lines, but it just, if they're going to do that, they need to do a better job. Because I've seen people say that they should have done Lagoona here, but as part of the Scarily Ever After line from G1. And that would have been amazing. I mean, again, I just mentioned how this doll is good, she's not bad, but just imagine like a Scarily Ever After Lagoona doll inspired by The Little Mermaid, inspired by Ariel. Like, imagine her with pearls, like just this detailed fin, like a whole mermaid tail. Like, wow, they could have gone all out. That would have been amazing. There's just so many more ways they could have gone about doing this if they wanted, if they needed to pull from an existing G1 line and include Lagoona in a existing line like that. Like, they should have done Scarily Ever After. Ghoul's rule is just a hard sell because, again, she's not really a part of that story, and this design does not work in context of that story. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, what do you think? I feel like as a doll she's good, just not as a part of Ghoul's rule. So here's a comparison of Lagoona next to the existing Ghoul's Rule dolls, which, if you don't know, was part of a TV special. I thought it was its own movie, but I guess it's more like a TV special. But it includes 4 dolls: Draculaura, Claudine, Cleo, and Frankie. Later on, they released Abby as well, and now we have Lagoona. So there are 6 dolls, I guess, in total now, counting Lagoona. As you can see right away, there's just, again, so many differences here. The packaging for Lagoona, like I mentioned, is just not even the same ballpark. Again, collector, playline. We're comparing collector with playline, essentially. The stand, again, the base, completely unique. Love the stand, but it does not, it's obviously a unique stand. It does not look like the other stands. And then, of course, no accessories for Lagoona, just a mask, while the other ghouls, they're playline, and they had a ton of accessories included. Okay, so I do think you are definitely getting less with Lagoona. And the pricing, again, $80 US. That's what I've heard. I thought 75, but no, apparently she's 80, which is crazy. $80, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's probably just because she's a part of a Comic-Con release. Probably it's just because she's a Ghoul's Rule edition. But even then, like, Monster High is Mattel. Like, Mattel owns Monster High. They don't have to pay extra fees to, you know, make Monster High dolls. Like, they don't have to do that. So they could make this doll 75. They could make her 60. They could, but they're choosing not to. Okay, she's not actually worth $80. Oh my god. I mean, even the stand, while it's really uniquely sculpted and new, that stand alone is not the reason why she's so expensive. Like, it cannot be. So I'm just very confused by the pricing. But yeah, I mean, she definitely does not match the other girls. She is just her own thing. Like, so really sucks that they had to, you know, push her into this narrative of being part of the Ghoul's Rule lineup when really she should have just had her own release here. Like, that would have been better for everyone involved, you know? Weirdly, I actually feel like this new Lagoona is actually a better match for the creature from the Black Lagoon SKULLECTOR. I mean, they're both very similar. They're both water creatures, obviously monsters. I mean, Lagoona essentially is based on this SKULLECTOR. Like, Lagoona is based on the creature from the Black Lagoon. So in many ways, they're the same doll, essentially, you know, like in mythology. So the creature from the Black Lagoon has a unique base, so does Lagoona. They both have these unique like sleeves and frills with these fabrics that kind of stick out. They both have fins and unique body sculpting with the new fins for Lagoona. I feel like I mean, there's so many similarities here between the two. They would display really nicely together, I believe, which really sucks because I actually don't have the creature doll. I missed out on her. I just feel like she's too green. but now that I know that she looks good with Lagoona here, I do feel like, oh my god, they will look really good next to each other. But yeah, I do think it's just really neat how I do think these two would make a really good display pair. But maybe it's just me. What do you think? So the overall reception for this doll has not been good. Like I mentioned, I think most people seem to not like her, which is funny because on my poll that I have on my story on Instagram, actually I think majority of people voted yes, they will buy her. So it's kind of funny. It's like what I'm seeing are comments that are not liking her, but my direct poll is like, yeah, we love her. So I do think even though the loudest voices are being like negative and saying they don't like her, she's probably still gonna sell out. Like she's gonna sell. Like even though right now we're all saying she's ugly and stuff, I feel like this is a, you know, oh my gosh, it's a boomerang effect where every time a SKULLECTOR gets revealed and the design is not like a complete home run, everyone is like, oh, she's ugly. Oh, she's ugly, you know, oh, ew. But then when she releases, it's like FOMO. Everyone just buys her, or it's the scalpers, or it's a mixture of both. So it's just like, it's always the same thing, you know? It's like, you know, everyone who says they don't want to buy her, they do end up buying her because FOMO or because they do like her. Yeah, it's always the same thing. So even though a lot of people are not liking her, I wouldn't, you know, don't be fooled. she's probably gonna sell out. Let's be honest. But I do hope she's available online. I hope she's not going to be too much of a difficult release. And again, the pricing is not confirmed, but what I've heard is $80, which, yeah, plus shipping is going to be over 100 easy for me, at least, because my currency is Swiss francs, which is usually more than US dollar. So yeah, she's gonna be expensive. But I think for me, will I try and get her? I think yes, because I do like her. I really do. Overall, my only critiques are not even to do with the doll herself. It's more to do with her tie to Ghoul's rule, because she doesn't fit, you know, with the gang. It just doesn't make sense. But if I take Ghoul's rule out of the mix, I'm like, she does make a good doll. For me, I like her. The sleeves are a bit large, yeah, but I think that's the whole theme, right? She's supposed to look like a fish. I mean, you like, design-wise, the silhouette, it's supposed to kind of capture something more aquatic, more of like an angler fish. I mean, she literally has like a little antenna part of her headpiece mask, so it's like she's trying to be a angler fish. She's trying to like masquerade as one of the fishes. Oh, that's really fun, actually. Yeah, that's really cute. So I don't mind the design. I like it. I like her. Maybe the face could have been more exciting. Maybe she could have had a side glance, a little bit more of an exciting face screening, you know, to make her really feel special. But the long hair, I love. Maybe some rooted lashes would have been nice. The only things I would improve with her are definitely give her some more jewelry, some more accessories, a purse, which would have been really nice here. Maybe just a more interesting hairstyle. Maybe her mask could have been painted. Maybe, I don't know, just a bit more here to give her of a unique look, to make her feel like she's a really good collector doll. I mean, again, this is her only second ever G1 collector release. Like, this should have been more special than it is. And the base is unique. That's good. I'll give him props. The packaging is unique. That's great. But still, $80. And it does feel like you're kind of not getting a lot here. I mean, it just is a bit simple. So even though I like her and I'll try getting her, I have to say, is she worth 80? No, not really. She's not really. But if you like her, again, like, I do think she's worth getting, because again, she will sell out, and then inevitably on, you know, secondhand market places, you know, she will cost double the price. Like, she will. It's just how it is. You know, this is just how it is with scalpers, Monster High, reselling. It's just how it is. So if you do want her, if you like her, I would say, you know, try for her. But if you don't like her fully, then, you know, it's okay. That's okay. You don't need to get her. Yeah, so I hope this goes well. Again, Comic-Con is at the end of July, so, and now it's the end of June. So basically we have like a month, I think, until she releases. So what do you think? Buy or pass? Let me know, and I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support the channel that way. No pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Thank you also to all my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate you all so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.